Hi, I'm Manny Gomes with Guaranteed Rate, and today we're going to cover the topic, is buying a home still a major part of the American dream? The phrase American Dream was first popularized in the book Epic of America in 1931 by author James Thurlow Adams. In this book, he states the American dream is a dream of a land in which life shall be better and richer and fuller for every man, with opportunity for each according to his or her own abilities and achievements. Now, you fast forward 100 years, and I think that still holds true today. So we ask ourselves, when did homeownership become a part of the American dream? Now, if you think about it, back in 1931, only the really rich owned land and homes, and most people worked on that land or they rented from someone who had the ability to own a property. And it wasn't until after World War II that owning a home really became truly popular and ingrained in the American spirit as a part of the American dream. Now, as of late, there have been several articles published stating that owning a home may no longer be part of the American dream. Now, to understand why this may be, let's peel back some of the layers to discover what occurred in the last decade that made owning a home no longer as attractive as it once was. Leading up to 2008 and leading up to the housing crisis, obtaining a mortgage and home financing for property was really easy. There was no longer the question of whether or not someone had the ability to own a home. Underwriting was super loose. There was no down payments necessary. There was no income verification necessary. People were falsifying their income in order to afford the home that they saw themselves in. And in my opinion, a lot of people were making a lot of emotional decisions to purchase a home versus making sure it was a financial decision for their family. This artificial demand for housing, and more importantly, the ability for a larger percentage of the population to obtain a property, dramatically drove up home prices, dramatically drove up monthly payments for housing, and ultimately crashed and sent home prices going down as these individuals who took on these mortgages were not able to afford them and put a lot of distressed property on the market. Now, fast forward to 2018, we see a housing market that has been very healthy and vibrant with the aftermath of the financial crisis and with the implementation of a lot of new rules and regulations within mortgage lending to ensure that we don't have that 2008 style crisis occur again. Let's take a look at the benefits of owning a home and why owning a home has been incorporated in achieving the American dream. You own your home. You have the pride of the home ownership. You have the ability to plant roots in a town or a community, send your kids to school, knowing that you're not going to have an inflated rent outprice you from the location where you chose to live, knowing that you don't have to leave because a landlord's looking to sell your property. So you're creating certainty for yourself and your family. I think that's a huge benefit. Two, real estate over time has always been a very good long-term investment. And I say long-term, meaning if you own a property for a stretch of time, in my opinion, greater than 8 years, and you pay down the mortgage over that time, because as you know, an amortization schedule on a 30 or 15 or 20-year basis works by the further along you get down the amortization schedule, meaning the more time you pay on a mortgage, the more of that payment goes towards principal versus interest, and the more equity you have in the property at the end of that time period. Now, in my opinion, one of the other large benefits of owning a home is leveraged appreciation of value. And when I say leverage, I mean if you have a $20,000 down payment and you're purchasing a $100,000 property, that's 20% down payment. Now, in a 10-year period of time, if home prices tend to double, now you have a $200,000 value property, and it only took you $20,000 to earn $100,000. That's leveraged investment. And finally, you need housing. People need housing. Now, if you will purchase a property and you take into consideration those three benefits I just outlined, and knowing that you have to pay rent to somebody any which way, buying a home makes a lot more sense than renting. Now, does it tie into the American dream? I think so. I I'm first generation here to this country. I was born here. My parents were from Europe. They came here seeking a better life, a better opportunity, a better for their children. They purchased a home that did not pan out really well for their first home. They learned from those lessons and they purchased a second home, and they're still living there. 20 years fast forward, they're still there, and they've done really well. It's one of the best investments they've ever made in their lifetime. So owning a home makes a lot of sense. Now, I have to be honest, homeownership is not right for everybody. I wish it was the case. We saw what happened in 2008 when we tried making it right for everyone, or at least the financial markets decided that homeownership should be made available to every single person out there. Homeownership is a right, it's an opportunity, but it's also a large responsibility. Now, if you want to discover if homeownership is right for you, just reach out to me. I have a great team behind me. We love helping people, and we absolutely want to make sure that anyone we communicate with leaves the conversation a little bit more knowledgeable than they entered it.